All right. You are welcome to NCOPS, a service provider by the National Teaching Council. Today is 3rd January 2023, and the CPD program name is Classroom Management. Madam Gladys Akasa is the master trainer for this training today. Madam, please take over for me.
Okay, thank you, Director. And good morning to all participants and Happy New Year. We are grateful to have you here. And today I'll be taking you through the topic classroom management. And this topic is rank 9 and rank 3, and then the 9th topic under rank 3 and the NTC programs or training programs scheduled for teachers to go through. And so we'll quickly look at different subtopics and this same. And we'll look at various subtopics under this. Then we will be discussing the topics or the I'll be throwing questions to the class for you to chip in your suggestions. So I'll please that you pay attention as I go through, and also plead for your cooperation and your participation. When there is a need for me to ask question, you raise your hand and then we'll call you, then you answer or you give in your answers. So thank you very much. And as we already spelled out the rules, all our mics will be off unless you are called upon to unmute yourself and talk. Thank you. So we all know what a classroom is and who a manager is. We are all managers of our classroom. So classroom management, we've been practicing it in our various classes. As teachers or facilitators, we've been practicing it. So we want to look at what it means. We'll look at the concept defined by various scholars, and then how we can manage our classrooms effectively with new strategies and with advanced strategies, since this course is an advanced strategy. So the concept of classroom management is defined by one scholar called Umuren in 2010. And this scholar is saying that classroom management is not just about controlling our students or disciplining them. Not only that, but what do we do? It is broader than that. He continued to say that all the things that we do, all the things facilitators do in the classroom to facilitate students' academic involvement and cooperation, and which will also create a conducive learning environment for learning to take place, for teaching and learning to take place, is what we talk about as classroom management, or what we refer to as classroom management. So all that we do, all that educators do or facilitators do to make our classrooms friendly, to make our learning environment conducive, is what we refer, Umuren refers to as classroom management. So before I go, I'll take from 3 participants, what have we been doing that makes our classroom conducive or makes our learning environment conducive and therefore promote effective teaching and learning in the class? Yes, anyone to share with us what he or she has been doing in the class? Only 3 participants. Mr. Mohamed Yakubu, your mic is on. Are you talking or you want to unmute? You want to mute yourself? Okay. What have we been doing in our various classes or in our various schools that makes our learning environment conducive for learning to take place? You can raise your hand and I'll call upon you to give us your answers. Okay, no one. Therefore, we go on. Okay, Mr. Mohamed Yakubu. Please unmute yourself and talk.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, whenever I enter into the class,
Okay.
I normally, as the custom demands, I greet them and then they also greet me back. And I ask them to sit properly,
Okay.
arrange their desk.
Okay.
So that is one thing that I normally do so that wherever I want to reach in the class, I can go, because if the tables are clustered together, it will be difficult to get to the back, especially. So that is what I always do to make the class conducive for learning.
Wow. Thank you very much. And it really worked for you. Okay, Madam Gertrude Imbia. Madam Gertrude.
Yes, please. Adding up to what my brother said, what I usually do is that, in every classroom, there must be rules and regulations as to what to do and what not to do. So whenever I enter the classroom, I always try to remind them. It has been pasted on the wall. So I remind them to read what is there so that immediately they get into the classroom, they know what to do and what not to do. Wow. We are not to insult anybody. We accept everybody's opinion. In fact, a whole lot, which makes the class conducive in order to engage those who even find it difficult to talk, so that it will not distract the class at time, and then to prevent hijacking the classroom learning or activities all the time. This is what I will also add. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You were hiding this from us. Thank you very much. So some of the rules are respect each other's view, do not insult, do not fight or whatever. Thank you very much for sharing yours with us. Okay, so Director, please can you go a step back? So Umren is also saying that no, another step. Okay, no. Yeah. So classroom involves curtailing learners' disruptive behavior, such as fighting, noise making, close observation, then arrangement of classroom learning materials and the decks, as our brother Mohammed made mention of, and then giving response to students who suffer from poor sight or vision, poor hearing, poor reading, poor writing, poor spelling, people who shame others, those who are dull, those who are hyperactive, and then those who have poor studying habits. So when we give response to these students and help them overcome their challenges, then we are managing our classroom effectively. He continued to say that close observation, we should closely observe our learners to know what they are suffering from or what they need. So when we identify their needs, then we can bring in an intervention or a remedial to help our learners overcome these challenges. So when you do this, then you are managing your classroom very well. So for example, if you have a hyperactive learner in your class, what do you do to help your learner get involved in the learning process? Yes, I take 2 answers from the participants. You have a hyperactive learner in your classroom. What do you do to help the learner overcome that or help the learner get involved in the teaching and learning process? Okay, Madam Gertrude.
By giving such a child most of the times a challenging activity.
Okay.
By giving him a challenging activity.
Maybe during the teaching process, you are delivering a lesson and the learner is hyperactive. You want the learner to pay attention.
Okay.
Hello, madam.
Someone's hand is up.
Yes, Mr. Okay, Mr. Frank.
Please, you will normally throw questions to them.
You throw questions to them.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Isifu, Dowala. Mr. Isifu, Dowala. Okay, Mr. Isifu's hand is up, but he's not talking. Okay, so let's go. Thank you very much for your suggestions. I like them and I'm grateful for that. So,
hello, madam.
Yes.
I'm online. You wala. Lafu Na, you know wakati post taba. You have done well. Okay, what I have to say is when a learner is hyperactive, when you bring the learner closer in front of the class, you'll be able to monitor the learner in order not to disturb others.
Okay. So, studies have shown that these learners, most of them are highly exceptional, intelligent. Oh, please unmute yourself for us. Okay, so when they are like that, our sister made a suggestion that we should give them extra work or challenging work. That one is after the lesson, you want to engage them to sit down, you give them extra work. But when you are delivering the lesson and they are hyperactive, you make them your TAs. You make them your TAs so that maybe sharing of books, maybe monitoring those who are talking and all that, you engage them. You let them be your assistants in the classroom so that they'll get participated in the class. They can move from, if it is group work, they can move from one group to the other to do the monitoring or supervision for us. So this informs us that when we are preparing our lessons, we need to include all this variety of learners in our class so that our lesson will meet all their needs in the class. Each learner has a need. So when we are preparing our lessons and delivering the methods that we are supposed to use, it should involve them, it should include them in our lesson delivery so that they will all benefit from your lesson delivery. Thank you very much. Okay, so all that we do, monitoring them, attending to them, responding to their needs and all that is what we refer to as classroom management. Director, please, can we move on? Okay, so effective classroom management principle work across all subject areas and all grade levels. And this is proposed by Brophy, Lewis et al. 2006. They say that we shouldn't only manage our classroom or manage it effectively for only one subject area or for only one grade level. From all the levels, even up to university, we need to manage our classroom. We have learners with different characters, even the batch that you meet may exhibit different characters or features. So you need to manage your classroom very well. Whatever grade you are teaching, whatever subject you are teaching, all the activities or the routines that you use should be applicable to all subject areas. And this was proposed by Brophy Lewis et al. 2006. Okay, please can we go on to the simplified definition of classroom management? So classroom management is simplified as the methods and strategies an educator adopt to maintain a classroom environment that is conducive to student success and learning, and then maintaining an atmosphere in which learners can learn. So all this is simplified as classroom management. Okay, Director, please let's move on. Why is there a need for classroom management? Why are we worrying you with this topic or with this training program titled classroom management? Why is there a need? Okay, so we have three reasons or three rationales for the learning of classroom management. And NTC or National Teaching Council found it very necessary to bring it to the doorsteps of teachers to learn. And INCOPS has taken it upon ourselves to let teachers know what is new in the system that we can learn and manage our classroom very effectively. So the purpose of implementing classroom management strategies is to enhance prosocial behavior and prosocial behavior of our learners and increase students' academic engagement. This was proposed by Emma and Saboni 2015 and also supported by Ellison and Winston in 2006. They proposed it and supported by Emma and Saboni. That when we manage our classroom very well, we enhance learners' prosocial behavior. Okay. So their prosocial behavior is what is it about? The behaviors that